A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to HJN Season 3. And for today, here we have ourselves number 1317, which refers to transhumanism. Yeah. And it's about time I do get around to this exact subject. It's time to take it on. Transhumanism is in fact a philosophical process that allows for a lot of things to happen. And the many things that have happened, various pieces of culture and celebrities that exist to this day, from the books that are based on this common phenomenon like To Be Machine, to the many philosophers themselves that are known to talk specifically about this process itself, like Max Moore and Nick Bostrom. It's very important to know that there's been tons of different things out there that do relate to this process. Of course, you're probably familiar with the famous picture that relates to transhumanism as a whole. And then, of course, the logo that also relates to it. Because every major aspect of life, every single big topic out there that's commonly talked about, happens to have its own shared logo or symbol. And by now, it's very important that a lot of us get to know the fact transhumanism itself has allowed for a lot of history to unfold. The past several centuries alone have allowed for a great deal of evolution to happen. On a technical basis, the many inventions that have been shared throughout the world, from the light bulb to the book, the automobile, the telephone, the cotton gin, the boat, the train, and hundreds of other things out there that we've seen even to this day. In more recent years, just the past 20 years alone, from the invention of various things like the internet, the smartphone, the drone, and hundreds of other great stuff. On a technological basis, we do seem to find things way more superior nowadays than we ever could have possibly had. On a medical study, it's probably one of the biggest, most important aspects any of us could have ever thought of. Because man, medicine has evolved so well, we're practically going to be living another full century of our lives, as opposed to the 1940s. Most people could barely live past the age of 50. Yet, here today, we can definitely live at least twice that age. Some people happen to be in the hundreds by this point. Of course, with some of the biggest records out there being in the mid to late 120s, which is insane. But if and when there are a few centuries that might come and go, maybe then we could actually see more of a likelihood of 120-year-olds out there. Until then, we're just going to have to wait and see. Evolution of medicine can take a long time to perfect. And with a lot of these new solutions that are at hand, a lot of these different things that have happened, it's very important to know, transhumanism in these days are not as easy as they used to be. We practically made them look and feel like they were a cakewalk, especially between the years of 2003 and 2017. But since then, there's just been a whole complexion of issues. And I can say for myself, I've had my own share of these problems. They all come down on me like a brick wall. Yet, I've been able to bust through the wall like it was thin air. And here today is where I'm especially happy to be alive. And I feel like I'll never ever let my guard down like that again. And I'll certainly never take life for granted ever again. Nothing at all. And hopefully it stays that way too. But anyways, how do I feel about it myself? It's not very easy, to say the least. I do feel like that the advancements in technology, science, medicine, and history are very important in life. And there's a ton of things I could potentially talk about that are related to this, but that would take up a lot of extra time. And I'm on a pretty tight schedule, and considering my routine's not really going to get a whole lot better and more relaxed as opposed to how it had been throughout the past 6-7 months, I'm not necessarily going to stop holding back on this. I'm just going to get down to business with this series and other such content that exists. So, If you want to see more, go down to my channel to make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.